Is this the best new menu with a view?
Prince of the Bear. Today we're at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort because we're springing into some new changes to the menu.
We're going to Toledo.
Yes, it's time to revisit Toledo, that little rooftop restaurant in the sky, and as your number one choice of food and entertainment, we're here to try the food so you don't have to, because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I think I can climb the outside.
It's time to foodie and chill. We have had pan con tomate so many times, and this is the first time where I feel like Chef has added a little accoutrement to make it beautiful. I'm not taking that. I'm just going to take this one. And I would love to dip it in a balsamic, but, you know, this isn't Italy. This is Spain. And this is very different from what you get at, like, Jaleo, but I still think it's a beautiful bread. It's very olive oil forward. And I feel like it needs a little bit of salt. But the bread is enjoyable. I just think I've had better versions of this in the past. I would give it a 3 out of 5 breads. It gives decent bread. I would not be mad if it ghosted me.
At this point, we're so spoiled by pan con tomate that we get to pick favorites. This is probably one of the places that sold us on pan con tomate first, given this beautiful smashed tomato with the garlic and the salt. A little bit of green is never going to hurt anybody. Eat your veggies, you know. But we're always excited for a new iteration, or even an old iteration, of pan con tomate. Really, what makes pan con tomate good pan con tomate is the quality of the bread, the tomato, and the restraint zone with like the pepper and the salt. This pan con tomate is wonderful. Excellent example, worthy of the halls of having like a photo in a book somewhere of like, this is pan con tomate. However, I still think Jaleo's, with the water imported from Spain just to make their bread, it's still king, but you could not go wrong with pan con tomate here. I would give it a 4 out of 5 plus.
So the gazpacho that used to be vegan is no more. Now we have a beautiful salad, and the salad needs to be modified. All you have to do is remove the cheese, and it is vegan as is. Thank you to our amazing server, Mustafa, for checking out all of the things for us. I am excited for this salad because it has a little bit of like almost a Middle Eastern flair to it, I feel. Even though I'm struggling to put it all on the fork. I swear at some point I'm going to get it all together. Here we go. Here we go. Cheers. That tastes like spiced deliciousness. I love it. I will enjoy it. It definitely is giving fall flavor. And I would eat this, like, if you're coming here for like Thanksgiving or something like that, November, December, I would suggest this salad because it kind of fits like the theme of that. I would give it a 4 out of 5 salads. It certainly tosses my salad, and I hope it calls me tomorrow.
I'm always happy to try a new salad because I do love my rabbit food and fall flavors. Well, every Disney signature restaurant is all about changing up their veggies to be seasonal. We've actually had a Thanksgiving dinner here before, which is one of my favorite meals we've ever had here. But we're always looking for an excuse to come back to Toledo. A salad, more than worth it for me. The salads have always been good here. Previously, the salad had a lemon vinaigrette. Not my favorite. Only because I'm not a huge, like, need lemon on everything type of person. Now the vinaigrette is a lemon mixed with wine. Wonderful. It sings. Like a little melody in my head, like pop music style. I would give that a 4 out of 5 claws. I love the addition of like the pomegranates as well. Gives a little hint of sweetness. That is an A+ salad. I would give that 4 out of 5 claws. That it's a season of the witch. For me, it appears to be the season of the soup because everywhere we go nowadays, I feel like I'm eating soup. Now, in most parts of the United States, it might actually be soup season because it's below 70 degrees. This is still Florida. It's still marginally warm outside most of the time. But I'm here doing it so you don't have to. So we have a butternut squash with chorizo. You have this little log of like a puffed tortilla with little bits of chorizo in here, like the log from Lion King, but Spanish style. I don't know if it's going to sing Hakuna Matata, but we're going to dive in and try it anyway. We're going to try the base soup first. You scoop away from you. I learned from the princess and her debutante skills. Ooh. Butternut squash can be sort of like less butternut squash and more butternut puree, but that's got some character to it that separates it from just like we put roasted butternut squash in a blender. Now let's try it. A bit of the chorizo on the boat as I sink the ship like it's filled with billionaires. There we go. As the memes would say, good soup. Tasty, character, warm. I feel invigorated. Nice, like warm butternut squash and chorizo soup hug. I could do with a little bit more chorizo. Other than that, I think a solid soup. Give that 4.5 out of 5 plus.
It's been a minute since we have this dish, and it's changed quite a bit. So, all these little fixins. Now, you can add meat if you want. I'm going to grab this because I'm not 1,000% sure what this is. I think it's tomato. I see a mushroom here. I'm going to take a little bit of you. What this, I think, is potato. And then we have a beautiful sauce as well, which I am here for. This dish has changed so many times since we've been to Toledo, but like we haven't really gotten it every time because like the sides are always the star. But we gotta try it at least once since it's changed. Cheers. This is another dish that now tastes like straight fall. I love it. I think it's delicious. I think the potato with it, you have tomato, onion, a beautiful like crispy mushroom. Everything about this dish is just delicious and just brings like some dynamic flavors to your dinner. So if you want like an elevated dinner, I think Toledo is really like serving that. So I would recommend getting this dish, especially if you want to share it with multiple people. I'm here with a vegetarian, and me and the vegetarian will be eating this, and we're probably going to kill this. And I don't think I'm going to eat it by myself, but like sharing it with another person, I'm here for that. So I will give it a 4.75 out of 5 plant-based options, because this is really a delicious, flavorful, complex, beautiful option that if you weren't plant-based or vegetarian, you might not really want. You can actually add meats to this if you are a connoisseur. You want to add chicken, fish, beef, whatever. But I think as it is beautiful. So try it either way.
As a vegan, plant-based person, even sometimes a vegetarian, you need to be prepared for some avant-garde whimsy in some of the Disney signature dining restaurants. When this plate came out, I verbally compared it to something straight out of Nightmare Before Christmas on a plate. You have garden vegetables, some Tapas, Bravas, some carrot Romesco puree, but it's basically potatoes and veggies and some assorted mushrooms, decorated, strewn, seasoned. Nothing wrong with that, especially if you're looking to avoid some alt meat, but just understand when it comes out, it's going to look a little strange. Doesn't mean it isn't good. It's just a little strange. You know what? I like strange. So, dive in here. I want some of these mushrooms for some meatiness. I'm going to cut off some of this massive cooked potato. I want some of this carrot romesco. Basically, I want it all. And I want it all not yesterday, but right now. I incorrectly identified one of the potatoes. It's actually a beet. It's a beet, carrot, mushroom. I think it's a hen of the woods or a trumpet. But this dish is very earthy. Everything in here is like a root vegetable or like one of the ones that grows in dirt. They're definitely getting very earthy, grounded flavors, but roasted. The carrot Romesco gives it a little sweetness while at the same time adding a little bit of acidity that elevates the veggies. I think it's worthy of a center-jutting vegan plate, but you have to come here not expecting an alt meat burger. This is definitely abstract, but I think it's a good abstract. And props on avoiding alt meat while still giving you something meaty like the mushrooms to bite into there. But if you have aberration for beets, like to the princess, this might not be a dish for you. Now, we've come here before and just gotten sides, and the princess has been completely fine. So if the entree is looking like something that you don't like, this is your vacation, as we say all the time. Get sides, ball out. As it is, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 balls. Now, believe it or not, Toledo is supposed to be a seafood restaurant. And honestly, almost every time we come here, I do tend towards the seafood. Salmon, scallops, I've got like a seasonal, I think swordfish here before. I've gone all in, charred octopus. I've actually never had their chicken. So I figure, why not do something a little bit different? They have a Rioja-braised chicken, and then you get like some saffron-scented Bomba rice, and then a crispy Chorizo Migas. I've been eating a lot of chorizo, and I'm not complaining. But let's try some of this base chicken here. I love the roast chicken because it's all crispy. The skin on its own could be an audio. The roast on top of the chicken with the skin was almost like candy. The chicken is almost a hair on the dry side, but not like dried out, but it's like approaching dry, but still pretty moist and well seasoned. That's a tasty roast chicken. Your grocery store rotisserie could never. I would give that a solid 4 out of 5 claws. Now let's try some of this chicken with the chorizo mingus here on the backside. There's like big chunks of chorizo in there, and some of this saffron-scented Bomba rice. Because why not? Everybody loves saffron, right? Right? That's some very tasty, very well roasted chicken. I was questioning the choice of chorizo. I feel like chorizo is almost like the Spanish bacon sometimes. You add chorizo to everything, but not everything needs chorizo. I understand it exists. It's a wonderful meat, but there are other options. In this case, I do feel like the chorizo does elevate the dish, especially cutting through like the saffron Bomba rice. Extremely strong saffron flavor. Strong flavor, period. If you think saffron's probably a little too much, cut it with more of the chorizo mingus, and you're going to be set. That's a flavorful dish. I'm probably going to make this chicken disappear. This is a large portion, but the chicken is definitely still the star. I'll give it 4.25 out of 5 claws. I would order this again.
These are in like my top 5 favorite Brussels sprouts on Walt Disney World properties. So any opportunity that I have to eat a Toledo Brussie, I'm here for it. So, cheers to the peoples, and also all of the beautiful Toledo Brussies. Wonderful char, wonderful sweetness. I really couldn't ask for anything better. This is like the stuff of Brussies. This is in my top 5 Brussies, like, of all time. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Cities item. It is delicious.
Love me some roasted, bushy vegetables. Don't read into that. I just love. Look at that. Look at the color on that. Tasty, colored, seasoned. The key to a good Brussels sprout is a touch of sweet. Not too much sweet. You don't want candy now. but you want to supplement the earthiness of the Brassie with like a good, nice seasoned roast and touch of sweetness. That's magic in a bowl. Honestly, I would take Brussels sprouts as a walk-around theme park snack. I know I'm an extreme minority in that thought, because who wants to walk around a whimsical place with roasted veggies, but I'm that kind of nerd. These 4.5 out of 5 claws.
The Gigante beans are one of my favorite sides here at Toledo, and I did eat some broth ahead of time, but I think that the Gigante beans are like something special here at Disney's Coronado Resort, and there is no place I would rather be than with these Gigante beans. Sweet, delicious tomato goodness. Literally the best side you can get of all the sides here at Toledo. And if you think that I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments what side you think is better than this, because I would love to know. I give this a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Cities item, and I cannot live without Gigante beans.
Toledo is the one place that when they say Gigante beans, they mean gigantic, because these are some massive beans. Like that's a big boy, thickened boy, seasoned in like a little soup. We love it. The acidity of that tomato base with a nice melt in your mouth legume. I love it. Honestly, I don't know why we don't cook these at the house. The princess would eat these as a snack. Do you have a recipe for Gigante beans? You need to send that to us in the comments. Or our business email on YouTube. We have one of those too. Don't send us weird stuff. I will block you. Either way, for some good beans. 4.25 out of 5 claws.
The first time that we came here, when the Bomba rice was introduced, they sold out before we were able to try it. And I'll always remember that. That was like Thanksgiving. So I can't help but remember that. And now we've had the Bomba rice, and we just eat it, copious amounts of it, every time that we come here. So most of it's gone already. It's beautiful rice. It's cooked really well. I think it's a little too cumin forward, there's a little bit too much salt. I could use like some sofrito. But other than that, it's pretty delicious. I would give it a 3 out of 5 rice. It's good. It's cooked well. It just needs a little tweaking on the seasoning.
When we say Bomba rice, we mean Bomba. All over the world, everybody loves rice. And seeing their own unique cultural spins on rice, especially from two rice connoisseurs, we're always excited. That's why this is one of the things that we order frequently when we come here as an salad. It's the same Bomba rice that comes with my entree. So you got the seasoning, you got the peppers, everything else, a nice like yellow rice. I'm here for it. We're glad that it's vegan as is, too. While the rice is executed excellently, I feel as if it's a bit more saffron forward. Not like, I wouldn't go so far as to say too much saffron, but out of balance with the other seasonings, and you can definitely taste it. It's not terrible, but I know that it can be better because we've definitely had it better here in this restaurant. Could just be an off night. These things do happen. Could have been a bad scoop. But either way, balance in all things. If it's got to be Thanos' way, it might as well be good. 3.5 out of 5 claws.
This is the latest rendition of the vegan dessert at Toledo, and it looks gorgeous. I love all of the little pieces. We have this huge piece of chocolate. It's giving like Thanksgiving almost. Oop. And then we have like some gelato, and we have some nuts and some veggie situation. This is a lot of things to try to get together in one bite. So let me just do my best. Thanks for sticking with us while I struggle for this bite, because this is not easy. All right, still working to try to get this bite together. Here we go. Okay. One step closer. Not there yet, but one step closer. Oh my gosh. Okay. And almost there. Here's the nut. All right. And now we have all the things. This was a struggle, but I hope it's good. The interesting thing about Toledo is like all their desserts are shaped the same, but they always taste different. So this is like a whole new flavor for me. Totally different from what they had before. It is very pungent and fruity, but like more like plum forward. And I love it. I think it's delicious. There is no part of this that I do not like. And I love and appreciate the fact that I get to share it. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 desserts. It is super delicious, and I highly recommend it.
This chocolate ganache tart has been reformed and transformed more times than we've been to this restaurant. Our server informed us that it hasn't changed at its base, but they have changed both the fruit, and it's no longer cashew-based, it's almond-based, so that will alter the flavor. But it's the same basic like dessert, just sort of like updated for the season. Fine with us, because it was already delicious before. So chocolate, plant-based gelato, a little bit of fruit. Because of course you want a little sweet with your chocolate. I must thank the princess for breaking everything apart to make it easier for me to on the spoon so I don't have to struggle. The pairing with different fruits with chocolate is always going to be an interesting ride. The gelato is sort of just like usually it's great with like the hot cold thing. This is more like a room temperature cold. So it's more like, it's like almost a whipped topping than like any sort of addition. It's an add-on. The real star is the chocolate and the fruit. Think about it as like a deconstructed fancy candy bar. And you're about 75% of the way there. There's a good flavor to it though. I would give it 4 out of 5 bucks. Always challenging ourselves with something new. I decided to try out this Classica Crema Catalana, which is basically like a Spanish creme brulee. You have a chocolate tool with some citrus oranges here up on top to add to it. And then you have the same little like toasted sugar top to crack here. And this is very interesting. Just going to dive right in. A little bit of everything with the chocolate. There we go. I am wide awake. It's very much like a citrus cream topped with almost like citrus, like candied oranges on top. So it's almost like an orange gummy with a little touch of chocolate. So very much playing on that same sort of combination of chocolate and fruit, but this is more fruit with a touch of chocolate instead of chocolate with a touch of fruit. Difference of like flavors, but if you like orange and a little bit of cream, you like creme brulee, I think it's something that you can get on board. I would give this a 3.75 out of 5 plus. We have Toledo our way to the ground floor.
And the meal was amazing.
Yes. It was a little avant-garde for the plant-based item, but interesting. Challenging is the word that I would use for that.
I really wanted to take some time to enjoy a bocadillo from Dahlia Lounge, but I was way too full. But that is still my favorite thing. So I would highly recommend, if you guys are going to stay here, to get the bocadillo from Dahlia, then go to Toledo, get sides and dessert, and enjoy yourself. I think the entree just is not good.
I lose track of the number of times she's tried to make an excuse to come just as resort, just as she's an excuse to go to Dahlia and get that bocadillo. Favorite thing here, easily. And to Jessica, of course, at Laguna Bar. But I don't know what you guys think. Toledo occupies a weird point, even though it's like one of the rooftop restaurants here at Walt Disney World. I don't know if it's everybody's favorite, but I know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment and tell us where Toledo ranks on your restaurant list, well, Pears is going to have to yeet himself out of Dahlia Lounge and into, I don't know, but it's going to hurt.
Why does she always wish me pain? But you heard the girl.